The music beneath the ground. He struck the stone, and it sang back. Deep beneath the Ember Peaks, where light rarely reached and time moved more slowly, the mountain held its silence. Stones stretched in every direction, layer upon layer of ancient rock, carved by hands, long gone and shaped by forces older still. The tunnels wound deep, some known, most forgotten. The dwarves who once called these halls home had long since quieted their forges. Only echoes remained. The miner worked alone. He preferred it that way. There was a rhythm to the work, steady, predictable. The strike of metal against stone, the pause, the breath, the strike again. A pattern that required no thought, no memory, only repetition. That was why he noticed it. The sound was wrong. He raised his pick again and struck the wall. A clean hit. But instead of the dull, familiar thud, there was a tone, soft, clear, almost musical. He froze. The sound lingered just a moment longer than it should have. Then it faded. He struck again. Another tone, different this time, higher. The miner stepped back slowly. The stone before him looked no different than any other. Rough, unremarkable, silent, and yet it had answered him. He struck again and again. Each time, the stone responded, a note, a tone, a sound that did not belong in a place like this. Not random, not noise, music. He set the pick aside. For the first time in many years, he listened. The silence of the mountain shifted. It was no longer empty. It was waiting. Carefully, he began to chip away at the surface, not with force, but with patience. Stone fell away in small pieces. Dust settled quietly around his feet, and with each layer removed, the sound grew clearer, stronger, more complete, until at last, the wall opened, not into another tunnel, not into empty space, but into light, soft at first, faint, then growing. Within the stone, a chamber revealed itself. Its walls were lined with crystals, tall, delicate, glowing faintly from within. The miner stepped forward, breath held without realizing. The air felt different here, warmer, not in temperature, but in presence. He reached out and brushed one of the crystals with his hand. It sang, a single note, clear, perfect. He touched another. A different tone answered, then another, and another. The chamber filled with sound. Not loud, not overwhelming, gentle, layered, complete. The miner stood still as the tones blended together. Each crystal holding a note, each note waiting for the others. Together, they formed something more, a melody. Not one he had learned, not one he remembered, but one that felt known. He closed his eyes, and for the first time in longer than he could recall, the rhythm he had followed all his life fell away. There was no need to strike, no need to shape, no need to take, only to listen. The melody shifted slightly as he moved through the chamber, each step changing the harmony, each touch revealing something new. It was not fixed, it was not finished, it was waiting. The miner stepped back slowly, his hands lowered, his breath quiet. He did not take a crystal. He did not mark the place. He simply sat and listened. Far above, the mountain remained silent. The world continued as it always had. But beneath it, something had begun again. Not loudly, not suddenly, but quietly. A song that had never been lost, only forgotten. and now remembered.